And hello everyone, I'm Nicholas, and I'm joined here today by my co-host Jake and our guest appearance today, Christian, for this special episode of Still in the Woods, the podcast. Woo! How's it going, guys?
Hey, I'm glad to be here. I'm not Hawks, Aaron, or Nate, but...
I couldn't tell. I thought you uncanny resemblance, but you know.
Well, yeah. Trying to channel my inner Nate.
Yeah, in case you guys couldn't tell, we're not Aaron, we're not Nate, we're not Hawks, but we thought that we wanted to bring back the podcast for you guys because we heard some people were missing it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so
absolutely.
This is a little bit after the second week of the year where we finished up Stony around the outside layout. So this podcast is for you guys. We want to talk about leagues, we want to talk about tournaments, we want to talk about ins and outs, whatever you guys want. Tonight we have a whole host of stuff we're going to talk about. But I guess first of all, just to lend some credibility, how do you guys get involved in the league? You know, you're not Aaron, you're not Nate, you guys didn't start the league. How do you guys get involved?
So I got involved by being in a triples tournament run by none other than Nate. I think it was a Zambia event at Spindler.
For legendary tales about that event.
Yeah, not great weather, but I had a great time. Me, my dad, and my cousin Steve played on a card with Aaron, Dylan, and Ian. Mm-hmm. And I had no idea who these guys were. I just kind of played around with them and had a great time. I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to try and figure out if they're running a league or something because Nate was the TD. So I like how they ran it, and the rest is history.
And you've kind of gone all in. You're in the league, you're in the tournaments, you're in board game nights every month.
Yeah, I wouldn't miss it.
Yeah, so Christian, how about you? About 2.5 years ago, we were playing with another buddy who's been in the league for a while, Wade, and we were playing, me and Nicholas' home course, Wagner, and he's like, hey, I've been going to this league a little bit, we have a putting league, you guys go check it out. And so we had no idea, we hadn't been to a putting league or anything, so we go to the Woods Church gym, go to a putting league. I think we actually did surprisingly well. These guys are probably thinking, who the heck are these randos, taking our money and doing putting league. And then ever since then, we started doing more putting league. Their 2023 season was kicking up, so we started doing that. And ever since then, we've been doing it every year. And similar to what Jake was saying, we found some pretty cool guys, so we decided to stick with it. Do you know what I thought Hawks' name was at first?
What?
I literally thought he was saying hawk, like the bird. I was so confused because everyone's calling him Hawks. I'm like, why does he want to be called the bird? So, and then somebody's like, oh, Alan Hoxie. So that makes a lot more sense. So yeah, my story is the same as Christian, so I won't bother you guys with that. So we're going to get right into the league recap for the week in a second. But first, before that, a brief shout out. Congratulations, Jake, on our spring season champion. A round of applause. How'd you do it?
I'll take it. Well, bonus points.
Bonus points. There are the bonus points. I think you had to set a record for the most bonus points, and I mean, you had three ace funds, not ace funds, sorry, 3 birdie funds, an ace, probably some CTPs in there.
A bunch of CTPs, a few long putts.
Getting carried by some good partners along the way, of course.
That's all speculation, though.
But to win leagues, you kind of have to, it's not only solo. No, it's not solo. You got to do it with the help of your teammates.
Some great partners who put us in good positions.
And I think he also set another record for the most points in one night. But we'll get to that because we may have a scoring change on the we may talk about tonight. Yeah. So, anything else you guys want to talk about league champs? Anything like that?
No.
I'm coming for it one of these days.
I'm looking forward to who's going to win the summer. I can only make it 5 out of 10 weeks.
It'll be tough.
I feel like that's almost out of the question, so it's definitely up for grabs.
And just like Jake, I'll give a quick shout out to our top 5 because I feel like we don't do that enough. Jake got first, congratulations.
Tied.
Nicholas got second place. Yay, good. Then we had Brandon Max in third. We had Mike Cafferly in fourth, who I'm pretty sure I tied with 6 times on the year. And then rounding out the top 5 is Ian, who might be a beneficiary of this new score change because I think he might have won 3 or 4 weeks just with low attendance. Top A player was Jake, congratulations. Top B player was Chris Lemon, congratulations. And the top C player, Chris Lemon's so good. I wish I could play with him more.
He's got one of the smoothest putts.
You played with him in a week. I played with him 1 week when I think we didn't realize he was a B player, and we were both terrible. But that was the night that we wasted it. I wish that we could have done well that night. And then our top C player was Mike Cafferly. So congratulations on the spring season, guys. But now without any further ado, let's get into Stony Around the Outside. How did your rounds go?
I tied for first. I played with Mitch.
Yeah, tell us about Mitch.
Fantastic backhand. He's got
really
definitely a future. and we were able to put ourselves in good spots, capitalize on a few putts.
I feel like I've only seen Mitch play once, and it was only forehands.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if he's forehand and backhand, he's playing C. I mean, he might be the C player to watch out this year. Who's on your card? Who are you playing with? Was it good vibes?
It was good vibes the entire round. We were able to.
I mean, it's hard to get bad vibes with most of the guys.
I mean, only a few people. But
no smoke. We don't know who those are.
But yeah, it was a fantastic card. We were able to. It was a really cool layout.
Yeah.
Honestly, around the outside, I know it's an older layout, but it doesn't get enough love, I don't think.
Yeah, for those that don't know about Stony, do you think those are the better holes in the course? Some of the lesser holes? Do we like those holes? Do we like the outside the layout?
I think, yeah, for sure. I do like the first 2 holes on blue, but
I miss those holes. I
I
don't think we play the longs for leagues because that take way too long.
Yes,
but
yeah, I would definitely be up for playing just regular blue longs.
I think
one of these times.
I think for me it kind of eliminates a lot of the tweener par 3s on blue and the like 160-foot gimmies on green. So it kind of like gets a little bit of those out of the way, and then kind of gets into the meat of both courses, which I like. Yeah, there's like 7 blue and 11 green. I think I like green a little bit more. So.
Yep.
Christian, how about you guys? What do you do? So I played with Mike Cafferly, and then I played on. So he was my partner, and then I played on a card with Nolan and Michael Pacheco. Mike Cafferly carried me, as you know, probably he does. As Nicholas can probably attest, because he was carrying him all last factual. I mean, I feel like I was okay, whatever, but then Mike was just pretty much the holes that. You want your C player to step up on because there's decently significant advantage from the short tee. He was cashing it, but it wasn't just that. He was making. I think he made like 250 footers. He was like just bombing out there, accuracy guy. It was bananas, especially the back. I think when Mike's on, he might have the crown for the best C player.
He's definitely one of the most improved.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely.
From last season.
I didn't also realize how good of a putter. I mean, this is my fault. Sorry, Michael. But I didn't realize how good of a putter he puts really good. When he's on, he's like, again, dialing 50, 60 footers. Don't ask him about veterans, Spindler. We had a bad party night one night. But, so go ahead.
I failed to mention that on my card was Rick Trenda and Josh Horton. I had not played with Josh before then, but
is he new to the league? Or?
Yeah. I think this was his first or second week. I could be wrong, but... he was a joy to play with, and then Rick as always.
Yeah, I was gonna say, hopefully we get new people like Josh more often, because that's what we try to do with the Woods League.
Absolutely,
so, I played with the 6-some, so I played with me and my partner Jeff Zelenko, always a great time. We played with Aaron and his partner, I'm blanking, Dane. Dane's also new to the league. And then we played with Hawks and Michael Thomas, who I think tries his own partner more than anyone. There was a little bit, I forgot to mention this, but do you guys remember the little kerfuffle at the beginning?
Remind us.
We had to bring all the cards back, and because someone I won't mention their Hawks name, didn't realize that their name wasn't said. So and Hawks played the whole night together. Didn't mention it the whole time. So true professionals.
Look at that.
True professionals. And so there were 2 moments I really thought were good in the league. Both Aaron. One, you guys know hole 4 in blue. The long tweener. I'm always trying to get those up there, try to get a par. Easiest for us, me and Mortals, it's a big long 450. Heiser probably try and get it to C2 or later and just throw a jump putt.
Only seen a few people birdie.
Yeah, Aaron decided to have the best shot I've ever seen on that hole by a mile. He throws a roller that just cuts the entire time all the way up to the basket, 15 feet left of the basket. That's now the only sad part is that
I gotta see it to believe it.
I have a picture of it. Maybe I'll say I don't have the budget for that. But the only sad part is that I didn't see Aaron make the putt. Dane made the putt.
Ooh.
So it wasn't a solo birdie. But see, was Aaron selfless? Was Aaron selfless and gave Dane the putt, or did he miss it? Yeah, I'm not sure. Aaron said he was selfless. We don't know anything else. And the only other thing is on blue 10. Do you guys remember that hole? So from the longs, it's that like weird up and to the left.
And
you can hug the tree on the short to that dead center. So I was playing with Aaron, and that was our last birdie fun hole. Our birdie fun holes I can't remember what they were, but that was the last one. And we had both gotten the other holes. And me and Aaron both had 50, 60 footers, perfect spot for the birdie fund. I was about 2 feet outside of him, and I throw my putt about 5 feet right of the basket. Not even close. Horrendous. And then Aaron has the exact same putt and must have seen what not to do because he cashed it for the birdie fund. So shout out Aaron, 50, 60 footer birdie fund, first week of the year. It was great. Anything else about you guys' rounds?
I think no one else got birdie fund.
No, it wasn't even close. I think there were a couple teams that got 2. Solo birdie fund. I think they actually took Dane's drive.
Dane's Drive.
They took Dane's Drive, yep. It was actually pretty good, but I think they took Dane's Drive, correct me if I'm wrong. Just a quick shout out, looking at the leaderboards, Dane and Aaron tied with Jake and Mitch for the league win. I don't know if we've done it already, but we got to shout out Dane because he's been kind of popping these last 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Dane's a really good I almost said forehand. I've never seen him throw a forehand in life. Standstill player. Hey, he could be a good forehand player.
player.
Mostly he's standstill, and especially on like wet nights or nights that you don't trust the tee pad, that's really helpful.
Absolutely, yeah.
No bonus points because you guys tied, unfortunately.
All points were winning.
Rounding out the top three was Justin Trent and Easton, who seems like a power card. I mean, both those guys bomb.
For sure.
Yeah, both those guys bomb. They're probably high D players, so no surprise that they got at the top there. And do we call out some at the bottom?
Depends on who it is.
Oh, okay. Well, it's fine. It's Ian Kumpala.
Okay, I think he can take it.
Ian, I think by himself, should say that he should shoot 5 strokes better than what he did today. And with a partner, they shot out +1. Not what they want to do, but
I heard they're having fun out there.
they had some new guys, so.
Beginning of the summer.
Yo, it's not the new guys'
Room
fault.
for improvement.
Yeah. Anything else you guys want to talk about league nights? Or otherwise, I can ask you guys, what do you think is the hardest hole of the night?
The hardest hole.
Relative to par.
Always for me is green. Is it 7? No, 8.
Well, you also gotta
Which one do you
consider
think of?
The
Green 8?
big Heiser, 400 and something.
Oh, that like tweener hole that.
Yeah.
that was my first guess too.
Where there's no shorts and it's just 480 feet.
So do I get to guess the same that Jake guesses, or do I have to go?
Green 8 is the second hardest hole.
Oh. What would be first then?
You got your guess, Chris. What do you
Blue
think?
4.
Blue 4.
That feels like a bad
was
guess.
the third hardest hole.
Okay,
they're both wrong. It
respectable.
was green 7.
Really?
Green 7 is that par 4.
It's the first one. It's the first one you cross over.
3
Wait,
from.
it's because it played as a par 3 on
That is true. So if we get rid of the
That's
one.
why.
I think Jake is
good,
right.
okay.
Okay, so Jake is correct. What do you think of the easiest hole?
Has to be hole. The first woodsy hole on blue was that hole 7? No, 6, 7. I think it's 7. Like the 200-foot
On
like
blue?
forehand or just like a
Yeah,
little turnover
that's
guy.
7.
Yeah, I think it
it's
has to be
probably
that
that one, yeah.
So again, wonky pars. Blue 8 is technically the hardest, but I think it plays as a true par 4 from both. Because it's not a
hardest
way-
or easiest?
It's the easiest. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Blue 8, the one right afterwards, technically you can't really get there from the shorts. So I think it's a
Yeah,
true
they
par
made it
4
a
from
par
either one.
4. Yeah,
So
yeah.
that plays the easiest at almost a stroke under par, is 0.8 under par.
Wow.
And then we had blue 7. So back-to-back holes. If you want to get in birdies there, you're losing strokes under par.
yeah,
I was
for
charged
sure.
with the CTP flag on hole 7.
What-
I may have not
What did it
forgotten.
actually play as?
I'm sorry?
What was the stroke differential?
It was 0.8 under par for blue 8, and then minus 0.67 under par for blue 7. So
That's-
you need to get those to score tonight. And we saw all the leaderboards. All the leaders had those birdies tonight.
Yeah.
What were you saying, Christian?
No, I was saying that I was given the flag for the CTP on hole 7, which I totally forgot until like 3 holes later, and I'm literally sprinting through like 2 or 3 cards, asking, thankfully, it was fine, and we got all sorted out, but I was winded. My stamina was garbage, so my next tee shot was bad. Let's just say that.
And then shout out for a couple CTPs and long putts. I believe Dylan made the long putt along with his partner Pete.
Very nice.
And then we had some CTPs. I heard Jake got a CTP on 18.
I did get 18. Just a little flex forehand. Kind of trademarked that at this point, but little force, skipped up the basket. Had to beat out Nolan for it.
I had first three.
Can't get them all.
And then we had Will Coaches get the BCTP.
Which hole?
I don't remember.
Shucks.
So, well, you probably know what it was.
Regardless, that's
And
it.
then-
That's a
that
good
doesn't matter what it
CTP.
I know that Dane got a CTP. I don't know if it was the ice cream or the C. Doesn't matter, but Dane got one. And then again, Birdie Fun goes to Aaron and Dane tonight.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen the
Animal
huge.
over. So
Have you guys
that's
seen the
huge.
early leaderboards?
I've seen a little bit.
The last time I
Not
looked
that
at
much,
it, it was
but-
not updated.
So it is updated, and this will be a good.
Maybe I haven't
Okay,
seen it updated.
all right.
This will be a good segue.
We got brand new reactions.
Yeah, this will be a good segue. So
Only found on this podcast.
only on Still in the Woods, the podcast. So I'm looking at the leaderboards right now. Heavily influenced by the bonus points still. Dane and Aaron are 1 and 2.
Dane
Dane and Aaron 1 and 2. They're technically Dane is slightly ahead of Aaron by about 20 points, but with the new scoring system, there's not very much.
Yeah.
They've gotten. I think Dane has a CTP or a long putt in both weeks and a birdie fund, and Aaron has a birdie fund. So I think that's doing a long ways, and they've done well so far. Don't look behind, guys. I am 22nd. So
Hey, look, it's a long season.
Yeah.
Riverbends and the Dolan checks don't mesh. That's just match not made in heaven.
we play Stony, you know.
No,
the first week.
Oh, week 1.
Week
Oh, yeah.
one,
Oh,
yeah.
I was last place in that week, too. Which brings me to a good segue, unless there's anything else you guys want to
Well, I
talk
was
about.
gonna say, I hear that there may or may not be a updated or new scoring system that may be rumored. So I assume that's what you're maybe.
Yeah, so we can talk about just a couple storylines going into the year because it's still early. One of the big ones was a scoring change. So just TLDR, or very briefly, one of you guys want to talk to us about just generally what they did?
Yeah, it's very much more centered towards having each night be equal, and not so much for how many people show up, because that was the old system, very much based on
Attendance.
if there's a ton of people who show up and you get first outright,
Yeah,
you have a strong chance of winning the season.
Yeah, for those of you guys who aren't familiar, up until last split, we just got a point for every team you beat, have a point for every team you tie with, and you go from there. We're changing a little bit this year, so it sounds like our algorithm, our mathematicians have figured this out. Right now we have a percentile of where you finish. So if you win, you're in the 100th percentile. If you're in the 90th percentile, you get a bunch of points. And there's only a very small bonus now for how many people show up. So you still get more points if people show up, but not as many as it was before. And so far, it's seeming like we see that in the leaderboards. I mean, week 2 is a little bit bigger than week 1, and yet almost the points are the same. Almost the exact same from week 1 to week 2.
Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, I guess we can maybe get into the reactions of what you guys, if you have any strong feelings yet, or if it's still developing, if it's still early.
I think it'll give us a better, just competitive, just from that type of standpoint.
One could say it's more fair.
Yeah, I think because, not that the old scoring system was bad, I just could see how it could be manipulated by, not to
Well, and through no
mention-
fault of anyone, it's not like
Yeah.
I'm going and intending. Oh, I got 30 people to show up. Now I'm gonna all of a sudden pop
Yeah.
off. Like it's totally incidental.
I will say, I'm in wait and see mode. I like the old system because I think there is importance to beating more teams. I also think that sometimes, I mean, Jake, you can attest. I mean, some of us last year, sometimes 7th place was better than 2nd.
Yeah.
And to me, I love when every week matters. As a league, you should want people to want to come to your league every week. And whether or not it's from Riverbends or OU or the highest attendance or lowest attendance, you should want people to come.
Yeah.
So I really like that about that.
Plus, sometimes for people who have maybe a longer drive, if all of a sudden you're maybe driving 45 an hour to go to a course, and there are only 13 people that we love and love hanging out with, obviously. But when you see the end score, and unless you win, it may not even count, and you could have got 7th at a popular course like Palmer, and all of a sudden that counts for more. Sometimes for some people, that just feels a little bad.
The last thing I'll say about the score, unless you guys have anything else, is that we'll see what that multiplier ends up being, because right now it's just a percentile, and then you get a small bonus for how many people are there. So maybe we tweak around with what that slide looks like. Do we want bigger league nights to matter a little bit, a lot bit, not at all? And we're still trying to figure that out a little bit. So I think it'll be a work in progress. I think so far the results are promising, but we're gonna move on.
Yeah, so I think, last thoughts, I think during the spring, my 17 bonus points were they were
historic, one might
they were
say.
just about 18-19%
Yeah,
of my
it was a
total
lot.
score.
It was a lot.
It's too much. So I think they got that down. I don't remember the exact number. It was like 10%.
I'm sure Hawks could tell you about that,
Yeah.
or some of those algorithm guys. And then, unless you guys have any more further things about the scoring system, I'd like to shift to another.
Go for all the people who don't want to think too hard. Just play good disc golf and you'll get more points.
Play good-
regardless of which system we play in. So
I want to talk to you guys a little bit about maybe some, because we're still early in the season, maybe some guys that didn't do so hot last year that maybe are on the mend this year. I mean, talk to me a little bit about maybe some A, maybe some B, some C, some players that you might be looking out for this year for who could be most improved or who could look to really rise up the rankings this year.
Yeah, I think like this might be recency bias, but Mitch for sure.
Mitch is
He's
good.
got a very strong, probably like pretty equal backhand and forehand. But he definitely deserves to be in B pretty soon.
I think for Mitchell, it'll depend on how many weeks he shows up to.
Yeah.
I mean, if he's one of those guys that shows up to a couple weeks, maybe doesn't get enough points, but if he's showing up to 6, 7, 8, 9, heck, even 10 weeks,
Yeah.
he could really be a force.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shout out a C player and I actually played with him. This week, so I got a first-hand experience of what it was like. Mike Cafferly. I think he's really gotten a lot better last year. especially the first time since I saw him play. And if he keeps, being that go-to C, I mean, all the C partners, we love to play with you. The C partner that maybe not score the most points on a week and maybe not hit those 50-footers every week, then I'll be hard to beat. So I'm looking at Mike Cafferty, especially considering he had a hot start to the spring season.
So we had a borderline B player, a C player. I'll give you an A player that I think really could improve this year. Nolan Cafferty.
Yep.
I've played with him probably 4 or 5 times in the last month or so, and he is playing really good golf right now. His distance looked good. His putting has always been good. He can make it from anywhere. I mean, the spin putt.
Do you want to tell our audience who your professional comp of him was that you thought?
Yes. Tell me if I'm wrong, guys. The backhand form of Nolan Cafferty is the Woods version of Matt Wong.
Yeah.
He has that air bounce kind of nose up backhand. I
Doesn't quite have the. You gotta work on your like snake viper strike putt though. You don't quite have that locked down.
And I think Nolan is finally at the point where he'll probably be an A for good. Because he was sometimes hovering around A and B for good, but I think he's really proving himself that I think he could be a mainstay, not just to be an A, but also to compete for a title in
Absolutely, yeah. And he just recently moved up. Was in the spring?
I don't remember. Nolan, you'll know this obviously, but he played most of the split in A. And the season before, he's probably 50-50 or less.
Yeah.
I'm not exactly sure. Segueing a little bit off of that, some of our new players that might be competing for league titles, do we think there will be a new champion this split or an old champion? So I'm going to read off, I believe, all the old champions. And these guys, do you take the field or do you take one of the old champions? Mm-hmm. Here we go. We got the following. Let me see if I can pull every road down. We got Tony, Aaron, Ian, Nate, Sean, Brandon, Brendan, and Jake. So would you rather take right now the field, with all the guys we said, improved and everything, or the established champion? What do you guys think?
Yeah, go ahead, Christian.
That's a hard one. I feel like there are enough good players who still haven't won one. Obviously, myself being the favorite. Sarcastic, obviously.
Okay.
That I think there are a lot of good players that are still out there, seeking the glory of another title, or their first title, excuse me. So I think that, while there's definitely a strong field of people who have won in the past, I think we will continue with the new champion this year.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree. I'm going to go with the field. And we can just see the trend here. There has not been a repeat winner or a winner that's won twice.
Yeah, multiple champion.
So I'm going to go with the field. I think there's a lot of new blood out there that can go out and tear it up.
I think I'll go with the field too, but not for the reason that you think. I think if I'm looking at these names, I don't know what the attendance is going to be for some of these people. I mean, Jake might have mentioned it, but he can't show up every week. Sean is busy with life and maybe can come every week. Tony's been hit or miss. So I think the attendance is a big thing for who can win the league. And the field, some people are going to show up 10 weeks. I mean, Vic Trent shows up every week. Mike Thomas, the Donaldchek, Jake, Brandon, I think he already won. Some people show up. It all depends on will you show up or not.
Right.
So it'll be really interesting. I'm going with the field. I think we're 3 for 3 there. So those are kind of my early season storylines. Is there anything else you guys wanted to mention about anything you've found in the first 2 weeks? Anything you want to talk about, or?
Definitely looking forward to a new season.
Oh, for sure.
Like I said, there's a lot of new people who are joining, and it's different every week. I just played with Josh. I've only seen him maybe once before in a different league. Mitch, like I said.
Yep.
So just lots of guys who are going to become regulars for us.
Yeah, and as much fun as we have, I'll speak for myself. I'm sure you guys will probably agree with me. As much fun as we have playing with the guys that we play with, for a year or two, that as we met them and play with them over the years, it's still fun to meet. We love it when we see new people, engage with new people, whether you're new, old, whatnot. It's always fun to experience playing disc golf with new people and see what crazy line you want to throw. If you're a great forehand roller player, when I just throw a backhand roller, and like how the heck did you do that? It's always fun to see new perspectives.
Yeah, that's what the Woods is all about. I want to give a couple tournament shout-outs, if you guys don't mind, because it's getting the summer, and we've had a lot of tournament action in the Woods so far. I'm going to read a couple. There's a couple recent winners that we've had. So congratulations to Zach Pesta on taking down, I forgot what the tournament was called, but he took it down to Columbus.
St. Clair.
The St. Clair Memorial Open.
Something.
Congratulations, Zach. In a playoff we heard with Brandon Maxon. An MA1, by the way. That's an MA1 win for Zach Pesta. Maybe before an MA2 one. I could be wrong about that.
I'm pretty sure he skipped from MA3 to MA1 win. He's played MA2, but I don't know if he has an MA2 win.
Did you hear the story of Brandon Maxon falling in the water?
I heard of it.
I'll leave it at that. I'll leave it at that.
Yes.
Brandon, you're welcome. Shout out to Eric Nemeth. Some of you guys who didn't come to Party League or didn't come to Sanction League might not know the name, but Eric's a really solid M3 player. He just won the M3 division of the Northridge Open.
Yep.
Congratulations to him in a playoff again. Something about Woods guys in playoffs. He's gained like 40 feet of distance this year, and he's always been a great putter. So he'll probably join our way too big field of M2 players. So Brendan Crocker and Ian, shout out to their wins in the Victory Park Open. And then there were 9 or 10 Woods guys, correct me if I'm wrong, that just played a tournament today up at Pine Hills. Jake, you want to talk a little bit about how we got connected to that one?
Pine Hills, they definitely have a great tournament out there. It's a doubles tournament. It's all cash dubs, so you just bring like $50. You bring a partner, and you drive yourself out to near Lansing, Lanesburg.
I'd never heard of Lanesburg before
It's
today.
out in the farm country, but it definitely is one of my favorite tournaments of the year. And it was just a beautiful day, and we had 10 of us out there.
Yep, 10 of us, 5 cards.
Yeah, super cool. Definitely recommend every year. It's around May, June.
Yeah, if you like throwing bombs, and you like driving golf carts.
Then
this is a good tournament for you. The golf carts make the tournament. I mean, these courses would almost be unplayable, in my opinion.
Because it's not a ball golf course.
It's a ball golf course.
And the holes are pretty spaced out, like a lot of times. So you cannot just walk the course as if it's any other disc golf course.
Lots of elevation.
Yeah, it's a fun course if you haven't been there before. At least take a trip. None of the Woods guys took this one down. But we did have some solid finishes. I think we had most of our cards cash, which is always good. And yeah, a lot of fun.
I was also, I'm just going to say this for myself, I was about an inch away from, sorry, not an inch, I was this close to getting the ace CTP throw off. Until someone got the ace. He actually threw in an ace, so I lost out on about $400. I felt bad, but it is what it is. It happens.
After 90-something people are going to throw
Exactly,
it.
yeah. It was 150 feet.
Possible.
It was 150 feet. Wasn't too hard of a shot, but I still wanted it, though. Still wanted it.
Well, not to disappoint some of you guys, but unfortunately, I have a little bit of bad news. We do not have the Hoxie Power Rankings for this week.
No.
However, we do have a new segment for you guys that I hope you'll enjoy. Maybe we'll bring this back in the future if you guys like it. But it's a little bit of a game we're gonna try. So it's a little bit of a build a player, Frankenstein, create your own Woods player of sorts. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna have my wonderful co-host and guest here, and I'm just gonna pick a random number of people that showed up to the last league week that we had here at the outside the layout. I'm gonna pick a random number, and these guys get to choose what category they put that person in to create their Frankenstein player. So Jake, do you want to tell us what the categories are?
So all the categories we have here are backhand distance, backhand control, and shot shaping.
Kind of like accuracy, yeah.
Yeah. Forehand, C1 putting, C2 putting.
But here's the catch. Once you put someone in that spot, they're locked there.
Yep.
So if the 5th person you get doesn't have a forehand, and you need the forehand spot, you're kind of out of luck.
I have a question.
You have a question.
Is it, do I get to see everyone who gets drawn and then come up with a team, or is it blind? In other words, do I see one person and then slot them in somewhere?
Great question. So you only get to see one at a time, so that's what makes it fun and risky. So I'll give you a name. I'll say, I pulled out number 4. Number 4 is Alan Hoxie. Which spot of the 5 do you want to put him in?
It's all, like, once you pick a category, it's gone.
Gotcha.
So it's
That's all you
risky.
need.
Pick.
Yep.
There's some strategy in this. What categories get filled early? What can you fill later?
Yep.
How well do you know the wood skill sets?
Right, yeah.
So do you guys want to do this cooperatively, or how do you guys want to do this?
We can do it separately.
You guys want to do
Oh,
separately?
separate. He wants to challenge me.
Okay,
I see
so
how it is. I see how it is.
Well, go
He thinks
ahead.
he make a better player than me.
I will go ahead and pull a random number generator.
And then will you be our judge to see who?
You know what? Maybe we leave it in the comments. Maybe we see what the comments think.
We'll leave it up for interpretation. This
And-
is the more drama version. You guys
Yeah.
wanted it, so
Yeah,
here it is, a little bit.
Yeah, if you guys like stuff like this, then maybe we'll keep doing it. If you hate it, then maybe we won't.
We'll be buddy chum chum and just be cooperative all the time.
So we have 30 people that showed up to leagues, if my math is correct. So it's gonna be a number
Not too bad.
1 through 30, and then I'll tell you who the player is. Okay.
All right.
Can you remind me one more time what the categories are?
The categories are backhand distance, backhand shot shaping accuracy, so like control stuff, total forehand game, because more of a supplementary skill, C1 putting, C2 putting. Are you guys ready?
Yep.
Okay. Random number generator number 1.
Christian,
You got 25. So that would be 30, 29, 28, 27, 26. Ooh. You guys are gonna like this one. Ian Kumpel. 25. What are you guys putting him?
Good.
So do we each get Ian and then we put him in here, or do we each get different players?
Well, I'll give you the same player, and you guys can put him wherever you guys want.
So you're gonna have your own.
Well, what if we
Christian
just,
first.
What if we just agree?
Well, then
That's
good for you.
fine.
Good for you.
Okay,
Christian
fine.
first.
Ian throws really.
Yeah.
I mean, by far, like the farthest in the league.
So we've heard.
Can we?
But do we
agree?
have enough distance players that I can get something else
He
out
has a
of
good
him?
forehand.
He has good everything.
Don't
Like,
take him for C2 putting.
Yeah.
He'll say that himself.
It's okay.
I'm gonna go.
Hey,
I'm gonna go distance. I think
Distance.
it's just too easy.
Solid pick.
I think it's
Jake,
too
what do
easy.
you got?
I'm also doing backhand.
So we have
distance.
two
I know
back-
it's boring, but listen, Ian has elite distance.
Key bombs at certain courses, that's really valuable. I think that's
Now,
a good choice.
I'm gonna be kicking myself if we get Dylan as well, just because he's got good shot shaping.
The
but
second
also
number is
has
number
distance.
10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, we talked about this person earlier. A rising C player, Mike Cafferly. Jake, go ahead first. What would you
Do a little
like
snake
Cafferly to go?
draft. I'm definitely doing C1 putting for.
When he's on C1, it's hard to beat
Yep.
him. And you can always use putting.
I agree. Yep.
I will say he had a sneaky forehand when I played with him. I mean, it's better, low bar because my
It's a good point.
forehand's
How many-
awful.
How many forehand guys are in the league? If he has a good forehand, maybe you take it.
Yeah.
I feel like the C2 putting is just. He bombed. He made like 2 or 3 of them when I played with him last week. So I feel like I have to take him for that.
Okay, so you think
for
C2
C2?
putting.
Yeah.
So we have a little bit different. C1, C2 putting. Perfect. All right, we have number 3. 13.
Oh boy.
13 will
Number
be
13.
another player that we know well, a B player who has been as consistent and solid as you can be for years in the league. Will Coaches. Mr. Will himself,
Ooh.
Mr. Christian. Where would you like to put Will on your Frankenstein builder player?
Frankenstein builder player. You add in Will. Are we like? Do we have to like get a visual of this? Like, do you gotta get like an AI like image of like smash all the players together? Maybe, maybe not.
Ian's head, yeah. Will's legs, yeah. It's horrifying.
Will's a pretty good C1 putter. I like his C1 putting.
He came to putting league.
I think C1 putting. Will C1 putting. I believe in you.
What are you thinking, Jake?
Your candies. You're not playing with candies anymore.
I will
Pixels.
say I have not played with Will that often, but I have seen him play. Especially at I think he was at the Ace Race event.
Yep.
At Aaron's house or backyard. I'm taking him for backhand control.
Backhand control is probably a solid choice for Will. Will hits the gaps. Will is a shot shaper, one might say. He's actually gained some distance. So if you guys hadn't already taken Ian, that could be a sneaky pick.
He's been going hard on the tech disc in the lessons. So
So we have 2 more, right?
We have
I
2
believe
more.
So Jake, what do you still have left?
I have forehand and C2 putting.
So you're looking for the forehand C2 putting players. Hope that you get what you want. And Christian, what do you
I
want?
need backhand control, shaping, and forehand.
So we're looking for throwers.
So I need a lot of
Look
throwing.
at the throwers.
You're
Big
good,
throwers.
You're good on putting.
Big
Got one
throwers.
more.
We have number 16. So.
I need someone who can get me in C2, C1.
I really didn't want this to happen, guys.
Oh no.
Is it you?
Nicholas Dolacek. Where are you putting him?
Well, I go
Roast
first.
me in the comments because I don't know where to put myself.
I go first. C2 putting.
I promise you guys, it's not rigged. I can't prove it, but
It's C2 putting for me.
C2 putting. People do call me the C2 king. From 40
Humbly
After
said.
that, yeah.
So like backhand is just better than forehand as solely predominant backhand player. So like I want to put you there, but I think
You can't change it.
I think it's more likely I get another backhand player, so I'm gonna go forehand for Nicholas.
Nicholas forehand is
Nicholas
a
forehand.
questionable
It's
decision.
developing.
It's not bad.
From like,
It's
250,
not
from like 250 and in,
When it's on,
good.
it's on. When he can
Yeah.
go one disc in particular, he's great.
Yep.
Alright, so as a reminder, this player who you get now, you're stuck with.
Yeah.
Well, not stuck with, I shouldn't
So-
say that. We have a lot of good players.
He'll have him for backhand control and shot
You are
shooting.
my backhand specialist,
I'll
whoever
have
you
mine
are.
for forehand.
So Jake's really hoping for a guy that can throw a forehand. If he gets Christian,
Yeah,
he's doomed.
Polar opposite. He better be a diverse player. We both
Alright,
need
the
him.
last one is number 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know a lot about this game. Easton, not. Easton seems like a well-rounded player.
I literally
Honestly,
can
do a lot of work.
thing.
I'll take it.
I think we're both happy about that.
Yeah.
I think we're both happy about
Here's
that.
the problem. I've seen him throw backhands. Has anyone seen him throw a forehand before?
I
Does he throw them?
personally have not, but I believe in him.
I think Nolan. I think you guys know the answer to this. Someone's played with him more than us. Let us know. Does Easton throw forehands? Is he a forehand or backhand guy? So that was a little Frankenstein builder player, guys. Did you guys have fun?
Oh,
I
absolutely.
had fun. I had a good amount of fun.
So
It's
you
definitely a challenge to see like how greedy you can be in certain categories.
So if you guys like that, try yourselves. Maybe leave in the Discord, leave in the comments. You can make new rules about if you want ABC players. You could mix it up all you want. You could do random, whatever you want. I think it's fun. Maybe we'll bring back these like gaming type of things at the end if you guys like it. If you don't like it, well, man, I don't know what to tell you.
And any other suggestions you guys have?
Yeah, this is for you guys.
Helpful.
This is for you guys.
We'll have, I mean,
Otherwise,
we have 40 minutes now, so
Yeah.
maybe not this long every week.
Yeah.
But
hey, if you guys don't come up with some good ideas, these knuckleheads are gonna need to come up with their own ideas. So,
So we're gonna start wrapping up, guys. It's been a great first podcast. Just a quick preview. Where are we going next week? I believe we're going to firefighters.
our home course, one of my home courses.
Always scores. You guys should hop there. What's the winning score at firefighters next week?
ooh,
12.
usually
Lock
it's
it down to
around
12.
11 or 12 down, I think.
And if you guys, you're picking the same score, 12.
I'll go 11.
Okay.
I'll be
I
different.
was gonna say a
You
tiebreaker.
don't believe in them as much as I do.
A tiebreaker. You can say, will a BB player hit it or an AC player hit it
For the win?
for the win? I think if you're a guessing man,
I think
double or nothing.
firefighter shapes up well for the BB combo. I think there are a lot of holes that are pretty much gettable by anyone, and as many opportunities as you can get on some of those holes.
It doesn't take a lot of distance to score a firefighter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
For
what,
sure.
what do you say, Jake?
Yeah, I'd probably say BB.
BB. I'm gonna go AC. I'm gonna go contrarian. I think there's some A players that play firefighter really well, and there's some C players that play firefighter really well. And mainly I want to be different from you guys.
Yeah.
I don't have any more reason than that.
I think there's a ton of holes that are gettable for almost everybody.
Oh, for sure.
So, especially the triangle, 7, 8, 9.
Yep.
Well, no. This guy cannot get the try.
I can't get that. I miss 7. I miss 79 every time. Well, guys, that's it for this week. Thank you guys for watching us. I mean, I hope I say this right first time. Like, comment, subscribe to all the YouTube
Yep.
things.
Wow.
Let us
Sounds
know.
really familiar.
Let us know what you guys think. We hope to do this more. Like I said, we're not Aaron, we're not Hawks, we're not Nate, but we love to have a podcast for you guys, the Woods. We want you guys to feel engaged. We want this to be part of the community, and we want this to be as good as we can. So make sure, let us know what you guys want.
Yep.
Any last words from you guys?
Send us your suggestions, like I said, and do all the YouTube things.
I was just thank you for having me on the show. It was always a blast, and hopefully you guys get another good guest next week. There are plenty of good options.
Well,
Absolutely.
thanks again, guys, and until next time, I'll see you next time.